once again, I welcome you all to Table of Women. On today's edition on Table of Women is going to we are going to talk about entrepreneurship. And I have with me Adwoaloudgh of GH1. She's a journalist, she's a makeup artist. That is all what I know about her. So I'll give her the opportunity to, come and tell us more about herself. And yeah, so before I begin, my name is Efia Molenbeek, and you're welcome once again to Table of Women. So I'd like to connect to Adwoa. Then we begin with the Instagram live, and we're going to discuss about the she power. That's women empowerment. So I connect to Adwoa. Then once again for watching my Instagram live feed. I'm trying to. Hello, Adwoa.
Hi,
How are you doing?
I'm fine. Sorry, I slept. The time escaped me, so I just literally woke up.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah.
So we are going to discuss about the she power. That's about women empowerment.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so Adwoa, I see you. Okay, before I begin, I know you to be a Shiraba, Amofa, Adwoa Osei. So where from the Adwoaloudgh? Someone told me to ask you. Yeah.
Um, it's a name that came from school, from doing a lot of entertainment and
Okay.
politics, students' politics, and being
Okay.
everywhere and stuff like that. So my mate said, "You are too loud. You're everywhere. You are doing everything."
Hey.
All those kind. So the name wasn't even Adwoaloudgh. It was Adwoadede. That's what they were.
Adwoa Dede. Oh, okay.
But people were calling me, instead of Adwoadede, people were calling me Dede, like the name Dede. And I didn't want them to misconstrue and call me Dede because I'm not Dede.
Okay.
So people saw the name, they will call you Adwoadede. They thought my name is Dede. So I just, instead of misleading people to call me Dede, instead of Adwoadede, I'd rather change Dede to Loud. That's the English version, so that get confused. So that's just it.
Oh, okay. So thank you once again for joining me on my Instagram live feed.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. And Adwoa, when we say she power or women empowerment, what comes in mind?
For me, it is in simple terms.
Okay.
I believe in that phrase that we rise by lifting others. A lot of people that I have met, women especially, have lifted me, and I feel like if I can or have the platform to lift others, especially young ladies, there's no stopping me. So basically, it's just about reaching out, helping other young ladies who are starting out at life, at careers. Somebody's problem might not even be to get finances to start a business. Somebody's only problem is that the person cannot even decide between the careers that he or she wants to pursue. And for me, it's not even about just women. They are not exactly as what we expected, and that I think we should blame ourselves because we give all the concentration to women, and so the guys are ignored. And so I think empowerment basically is just like raising each other up, being each other's shoulder to cry on, being each other's motivator, inspiration, and helping each other go through this life. So yeah.
Oh, okay. So Adwoa, I see you all over television. And then Adwoa, Ochina, Adwoa. Masumuka, even here in Belgium, you'll be surprised the kind of people I'd be like, what is this? So like Adwoa, was it that easy?
No, not at all. No.
Are you sure?
Oh, it will amaze you that I am 10 years in media this year.
Eh.
I am 10 years in media this year. I have worked my way up. As soon as I enrolled into the university GIJ, when I started pursuing my degree in communications, that's when I started working. I've
Okay.
worked so many.
Sorry guys, I think she has a problem with the internet connection. So if you just joined us, we are discussing about the sheep and I'm having a live feed with Adwoaloudgh of GH1, and she's trying to, yeah, and she's trying to, I think her internet connection is very TV. Kindly do so. And I'm streaming live too on Facebook as Nox TV. Because then I will connect her. But if you've not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel as Nox TV, I have a lot of videos there. Okay, so she just sent me a request. Let me just reconnect her back. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. Yeah. Adwoaloudgh.
Hi, sorry, the network is messing up.
Yeah, I understand. No problem.
So, like I was saying, I started with internships when I started school in 2010.
Okay.
So, when I started as a first year student, I was doing internships and part
Okay.
time jobs at various media houses. Most of them were not even known. And so, I think that people started really getting to know me when I moved to TV3 in 2016.
Okay.
And for the 4 years now, from
Okay.
there to GH1, that's how people have known me. But 6 years before that, I was in the media. I was doing a lot of print. I was doing a lot of writing behind the
Okay.
so
Okay.
many things. So it's not like I just popped up one day and I had something handed over to me. I've worked for everything that I'm doing right now. I'm not even halfway through where I want to get to, but at least it's an improvement. So I'm still working.
Oh, okay. And have you been? Has there been times you've ever said to yourself, "Oh, and dear, me no me hoste," like I say about your journalism. Me no me hoste me could read journalism or something. Has there ever
Not
been?
not even
Never.
once. I
Okay.
was never a kid growing up saying I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer.
Okay.
I just growing up, I just like to write, I
Okay.
like to read, and I like to debate a lot.
Oh wow.
So, like even in my secondary school, I was the debaters president, and so
Oh,
I liked everything that related to English, writing,
okay.
debate, stuff like that. So I remember my teachers in I think JSS started telling me that the way I'm going to go into the media. At the time, so whatever comes on me, I'll take it. And
Okay.
so when I was in secondary school, that's where I actually defined myself that this is what I want to do. So
All
it's
right.
been media for me from day one. So it's not like I wanted to do this and I didn't get it, so I came into media. No, it's just been that for me. So yeah. So that's been a day that I wake up
Okay.
and
So
say I
have there
regret.
been ups and downs?
Oh yes, ups and downs happens in every field. It's not just journalism. Ups and downs
Yeah.
happens in every
Can you tell
field.
us more about the ups and downs?
Um,
Can you tell us about some of the ups and downs, if you don't mind?
Journalism has got a lot of things. So I think one of my most memorable moments
Mm-hmm.
was when I was working for one print media station, and at the time that was when the forgotten, was it the Concomba and Nanomba? Those the tribes confuse me sometimes. The Concomba
Concomba, I think.
and
Yeah.
those at Aboblushi, they were fighting, and I
Okay.
was covering the event, and so
Wow.
I had somebody slit a knife at my back. I was covering the
Wow.
yeah. I think that's one of my most memorable moments with journalism. And some point also, I went to do some reports somewhere around Nima. Like, you know, I mentioned earlier that I've worked for media stations that were not even known.
Yeah,
So I've been
I
there,
get
like
it.
I've been there for a really long time. And
Oh,
somebody,
okay.
some old man who didn't even understand what we were doing, thought we were just taking pictures of his place. And by the time I realized that made this slap bear me. So, like, that's journalism. I mean, people don't really embrace you like that. You have to like push your way through and be up by 3 a.m., get to the office by 4,
Wow.
and you work as late as 9 or 10 p.m. And for me, when I started,
Oh, not at all. I think Adwoa has a problem with the internet connection. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, guys, but this shouldn't be.
hello,
Hello, I can hear you, Adwoa.
the network is
No,
really messing up. So
I understand.
I've done business reporting, I've done political reporting, gender, human relations, everything. But it's just entertainment that I really wanted to do. So when
Oh.
I found comfort in journalism since 2016. Or no, 2015, right before I left graphic. I started with graphic showbiz, and then I moved to TV3, and then now with the GH. For 5 straight years, I've been doing entertainment journalism, even though once in a while when the newsroom needs help on any other desk, I can come in and report on politics or business. But entertainment, arts, and culture is really what I find fulfillment in. So yeah.
Okay, so Adwoa, through all these, what has been that one thing that kept you going, that kept you striving, like that kept you pushing, like you wanted to really get there? What is that one thing that kept you?
I've never been able to answer this question.
Wow.
You know, there's really never been one thing. It's just everything. I've just been, it's journalism or nothing. So it's been a part of me. So and then I'm pessimist, and so there hasn't been thoughts. There hasn't been, even though there are times that you are really tired, you wake up and you're like, and the party, and that is not because you regret doing journalism, but it's because you are stressed. Because sometimes the work
Okay.
gets so daunting, and you want to steal some time off the office work and just rest. But I think it's the passion.
Oh, okay. So, hello, viewers. If you are watching me, I'm on live on Facebook as Nox TV. We are streaming live on Nox TV. We are streaming live on Facebook as Nox TV Africa and on YouTube as Nox TV. And I'm on live with Adwoaloudgh of GH1, and we are discussing about the she power, as in women empowerment. And Master say you were hoy. So Adwoa, yeah, Adwoa, let me put it this way. Most of the times, or baby or her, me person me a journalist, me person me a journalist, me person me a journalist. Like, fine, you are a journalist, and like, has it affected your family relation or something? Hasn't it affected your family relation or something?
I think one thing that people must know that just like
Okay.
maybe practicing medicine when you are called upon at like odd and stuff, it's the same with journalism. And with journalism, it's even more intense
Okay.
because there were times in the past I wasn't just doing entertainment, that I'll travel here for 2 or 3 days doing rural reporting. You go here, like your time is really limited. But
Okay.
you need to have a supportive family. You need to
Wow.
have a supportive husband or
Of Adwoa, but okay.
but you should come to an understanding, because definitely affect there, it would affect you because your time, the work consumes most of your time. But it's just that the other person on the other side has to understand the work you do, and he or she has to be supportive, because there are journalists who wake up, come in as early as 4 or 5 a.m., do morning shows, run through the day till about evening news is over at about 7:30 or 8 p.m. before they go home. And so
Wow.
look at the number of hours that the work is taking from you. So your family, your partner, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever has to understand the kind of job, and they have to be in with you. Like it's not like a 50-50. They have to be in with you like 100%. And especially with married people, I understand sometimes that the jealousy can come because journalists,
That
you are exposed to so many people. And I want a minister way office, and I want a CEO way office, and I want an artist
that
way fear. You are meeting this person for an interview at some restaurant or at some hotel, and it exposes you also for people to say all manner of things about you. And so you have to be strong willed up here in your head. It has to be in your head. I can't be bothered about whatever someone says. And that way you can just pull through successfully without really any issues.
oh, okay. But Adwoa, early compulsory marriages in some cultures prevents empowerment of women. What do you think about that?
I was really hoping this question won't come.
Yeah.
Ha! You know, you know what?
Yeah.
Who is putting the age limit on women? Who? Who is putting that age limit on women? I think we've gotten to
Nobody.
a time in our lives and in our development as a people, as a human race, that women must take in them, even with childbirth. I mean, those were the days where the man could just get up and say, I want 10 children. And the woman has no choice than to give birth to 10 children.
Yep.
Meanwhile, the man's body might not even be up for 10 children. Somebody could go like 5, 6, and the person passes away because even psychologically, on 10, but the man is saying that I want 10 children. So that patriarchy system, and I think a lot of education also needs to go in. You know, usually people put an age cap on women. Oh, about the old 30 now, worry, yeah.
And on your say,
About the old 30 now, sabi 30 now, worry, yeah. Is your ear cut off? Are your hand off? I mean,
no.
intelligence taken away from you. Like, it makes absolutely no sense to me. So, every other time. But if you stand your grounds, you know, me, for instance, when I decided to do journalism, it was my dad who supported me 100%. My mom was forever against it.
Wow. Thank you, Daddy.
Mom was forever against it because she was like, hey, journalist, the for come on some do. And hey, unkwawari a ebe ma issue so because and you
Oh,
because on the ha or you say a bear always so protective. They are thinking about what somebody is saying about you and how it will affect your future. So my mother was against it, but me, I've always been a rebellion, so I rebel my way throughout whatever I want to do. And yeah,
Okay.
that is what I do. So
That's so
you just
nice
need to
of
stand
you.
your ground. You just need to stand your grounds and then
Yeah.
go for what you want. That is what I believe in.
Yeah, but Adwoa, in this in the Bible, according to, I don't know, Matthew chapter 14, verse, I don't know, even women were neglected after feeding 5,000 multitude. They neglected the women and counted only men. They neglected the women and children, and they counted only men. So don't you think, sir, Adianokwai began from the Bible? Like,
I'm not going to sit here and be a pastor or an
okay,
evangelist. Maybe I don't, and I know about some stories in the Bible like that,
okay,
but I do know that the Bible also talks about submission to men, and I think the men use that to capitalize. And I don't want to use maltreat, but they take that advantage. I don't want to use maltreat because not all men behave like that. So I'm trying
yeah.
to be with my words, but
Okay, I think
saying
advantages friendly.
slavery. Submission doesn't mean slavery. I mean, we do know our role as women or as wives or as
Okay,
partners in a society, in a family, but
okay.
it also does not prevent us from achieving our goals, from realizing our dreams. I see my friend Kawawa. It also does not prevent us from achieving our goals, going for the things that we want to do, and all of that. And so, yes, it might have started from the Bible, but also you need to move forward. You need
Yeah.
not to be reluctant and say the Bible says this. If you're a woman and you're not bringing anything to the table, what does it make you? It makes you a very lazy and burdensome woman, because the man will not even respect you in the first instance. The idea that certain positions to be given to some people because they are women. For me, the argument should not be about or your band here, no. The argument should be about the person is a human being first of all, and the person is competent and deserving.
The
And
capability.
argument also be about what the person brings to the table. It shouldn't be about gender. It
Yeah.
shouldn't be because it's a man or a woman. Once the person is deserving, once the person is competent and bring what it takes to the table, the person should be given whatever position or whatever role. It should never be because or your banty and famano. You know, I think that notion is very demeaning, because
Yeah.
it almost like, oh, or Nishia or Deba undeserved, but or your bands, yeah, family, so that women will be represented. The
Mm-hmm.
same way men work their way up and get whatever, it's the same way women should work their way up and get whatever. It shouldn't be, oh, there are 70% men, so let's just reserve the 30% for women just because we want a woman representation. I think it should be about capabilities, competence, and what the person brings about the table. Because at the end of the day, we are all humans, and I think that's the bottom line. We are human beings. It shouldn't be about gender.
Well said, Adwoa. But there's this account proverb say, Obato tua etrebema. Is it etrebema die or etrebema mom? I don't know. Don't you think that's the fear of some of the ladies or some of the women? Sorry, guys, for the internet connection. I don't know. She's having problems with her internet connection, so kindly bear with us. Yet subscribe to my YouTube channel as Nox TV. Kindly do so now, and kindly share this link for me. And we are streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. We are streaming live on YouTube as Nox TV and on Facebook as Nox TV Africa. So I'm reconnecting to Adwoa. I think her connection is back. I'm trying to connect to her. Then we continue with the discussion. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Don't worry about the internet. I understand.
Okay, sorry, so sorry.
No problem. I said there is this Akan proverb say Obato tia etrebema dine or
Mm.
etrebema bem. I don't know what's the right etrebema.
Oh, it's also a
Ah no, that's not
That,
what I'm trying.
okay, there's also that one that says
Obato.
Obato to a dem.
Yeah, don't you think that's the fear of some of the ladies or some of the women?
No, I don't think that should be. I think
Not at all. I'm very sorry, guys. I'm very, very sorry. So I'm on live with Adwoa, and we are having a discussion about the she power.
and everyone has a role to play to ensure the development and progress of the family. And so if I am not taking away the responsibilities of the man. Of
Okay.
course, the man is the head of the family. That we all know. I am not one of the people, sorry to say, but I I am not against feminism, but I don't like to call myself a feminist. I am not a feminist. I am just
Oh,
a person for equal opportunities, regardless a man or a woman. I'm just all about
okay.
and competence. Once you can and you are
Okay.
competent enough, you should have it. And so, even though the man is the head of the family, you know how women single-handedly raise children even better than men do. So it tells you that women really do a lot, and they are capable of doing way better if
Mm-hmm.
equal opportunities are given all of us. So I think it's a mindset.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a mindset. You just have to psych yourself that if this person is doing this, regardless he or she being a man or a woman, if it's something I want to do, if I set my mind to it, I can even do more. And so I think those are primitive thinking, and we need to change that. We need to start with our daughters.
Okay.
I don't have a child yet, but I'll definitely have a child.
It's in the pipeline.
But we need to start with our younger siblings, and we don't. What I always say is that we are always empowering the girl child. What about the boy child? If you are
Mm-hmm.
empowering the girl child to live up to the standards of the man, why aren't we empowering the boy child to also live up to the standards of the woman, and let them know that um, if you are in a job with a woman, or you are in a family with a woman, the same way that you are a human being and you can do ABCD, the same way the woman is also human and can do ABCD. So it is two-way up. You don't have to just keep empowering the woman, keep empowering the woman. I think some people
Yeah.
have done that to the extent that some women have become better, and they all call themselves feminists. That's why I hate that tag, because some
Oh,
feminists, if you read their posts, it's like, excuse me to say, a bunch of females just saying nonsense because they are better from an experience or two from relationships or marriages. But I mean, we all deal with our pain differently. We all deal with our circumstances. Saying all the bad things about men just because they were hurt. It could have even been their fault that the so-called relationship or marriage did not work. But the empowerment should be about the girl child, the empowerment should be about the boy child, so that both of them grow up and know their responsibilities, and one will not feel superior over the other. Because now I think most of the things we are doing, it's almost as if making the young girls grow up to hate the men. And it's not right. It's not right. I mean, it can't just be women in society. It's a balanced thing. It's a male female society that we are living in. So yeah.
okay. Okay, so I think now they're coming up with new ideas. And Adwoa, can you hear me? Hi, Adwoa. Adwoa, please, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. It went off.
Okay, I said there are young ladies out there coming up with new ideas day in and day out. What's your words of encouraging to them? People, some of them want to go into wig making, makeup, and like, what's your words of encouraging to these girls? Because they are coming up with something, and people, some have the fear of beginning. They don't have the capital. They have the fear of, beginning something. What's your words of encouraging to them?
You see, me, I, I think some of us, when we were growing up, we were lied to so many times by these so-called motivational speakers and all of that. Somebody will tell you that you don't need capital to start a business. You just need to start. How are you starting? Like, oh, business, no, you just need to
That's
start.
this.
How? Like, you need the capital to start a business. Someone will say, oh, I was selling sachet water in traffic and boom, I became a millionaire. Like, how realistic is that? Like, give us realistic goals, realistic approaches. Like, don't come and lie to us. We heard a whole lot of things from motivational speakers. This person really said a lot of gibberish. And I believe if you are planning on opening a boutique, that you need about, let's say, 10,000 Ghana cedis. Why can't you start with 500 cedis that you can afford? Start selling online. If you want to open a wig shop, have a makeup studio and stuff, if you don't have the money right now, why don't you start with the 200, 300 cedis that you have? I mean, these days, internet is there for all of us. Marketing goes on Instagram, it goes on Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook. Why don't you start on from there and gradually build on your business? Now, when you have the capital to go for that shop at East Legon or Cantonment or Osu, then you can do it. But I think we just start, and in our heads we want to start big, but it's not like that. You can't just start big unless, of course, you are from some rich family, or you've done some work and you've really saved a lot of money that you can start boom at from day one. But if you can't, start from where you can afford to. If it's $1 million business that you are aiming to do and you don't have that $1 million now, and you can start with 500 or 100 cedis, and it is feasible and it is realistic, go ahead. I mean, there are a lot of entrepreneurs whose arms are wide open, ready to give you all the business just that you need to move on with your business. Go along with them, seek help, seek for their strategies that will help you as a startup business, and then go ahead and then do your way. But don't sit there and be listening to some motivational speaker that you don't need capital to start. You just need to start. How are you starting? And
Someone just said all these.
I mean,
Someone just said all these motivational speakers make it look easy. I know, right?
Yeah, let's make let's not lie to the younger generations. It was never easy coming up. It wasn't easy. It's not going to get any easier. But you need to start from where you are. May not start a business, yeah, but when I start, I'm sure it will start from a certain point, and then I gradually build on it to get to wherever I want to get to. If you need to seek help, seek help. I mean, I'm not saying that all motivational speakers are lying to us. There are some that will really tell you what it is as it is. But there are some also that will make it look all glossy, and then you go into it and you realize that you've been lied to. So start from where and how you can, and then gradually, I'm sure with prayers and determination and with the right people in your circle and right network to get to.
All right. Thank you very much, Adwoa, for educating us.
Sorry?
I said thank you very much for educating us. Let me understand that it's not always about girl child, but it's about boy child too.
It's about
Thank you
both
very
the
much for
girl
that.
and boy.
And uh, yeah, yeah. And thank you very much for honoring my invitation.
Thank you.
Well, yeah. So thank you all for watching this live feed. And my name is Efiamo Lembek of Table of Women. And my guest is Adwoaloudgh of GH1, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So thank you all. And kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel as Nox TV. And I streamed live on Nox TV Africa on Facebook and Nox TV on YouTube.